A Very Vermont Christmas. So this is the third in the Christmas in July Hallmark lineup. We did have Falling Like Snowflakes and Operation Nutcracker. This one is a better one than Operation Nutcracker, but all three have been good. So, A Very Vermont Christmas. A local champion skier and Vermont brewmaster team up as an unlikely match to create a seasonal microbrew in order to save her family's business by Christmas. This one is very, very sweet. It's all about Joy and Zach. Zach, we've seen Ryan in this role before. I'm not going to say we haven't. We've seen him in this type of a role before. However, is this as good as his other Christmas film that I love so much called The Flight Before Christmas with Mayim Bialik? No. I think this is one of his stronger films I've seen because I was not a massive fan of Cut Color Murder, but I'm a bigger fan of this one. There's better chemistry between him and Katie here. What I do think is that the biggest issue with this movie is the misunderstanding that happens. It's with a hug. It's a hug. With a Hallmark film, I want something like maybe a kiss, maybe something else. This one, it's a handshake and a hug. Literally a handshake and a hug is the reason why the third act misunderstanding or fight/breakup happens. It's not that big of a deal. This is a dumb reason to write this into the script because you're not all that into this side couple anyways, because you don't know much about our guy who causes this second act breakup. However, the chemistry between Katie and Ryan is so strong that you believe them, you want them to get together, but they don't do a good job. They don't do a good job of tightening up the script a little bit and really helping you learn about what is going to happen. What's going to happen with this brew, with this beer company? Ryan's character, Zach, knows a lot about beer. There's a very interesting scene where they do a taste testing with beer. I really enjoyed that because I'm not a beer person. So it's nice to know that if you're a beer connoisseur, you can tell the difference between one brand to another. As a non-drinker, I don't know what that's like. I will never get to experience that, but I'm happy that for the beer drinkers in here, there's something in here for you. There really, really is. There's something in here. I'm a massive fan of Hallmark Christmas movies. This was a nice little change because we don't get a whole lot of beer-centered stories. Sure, we get like a winery. Maybe we get like a toy store, but we don't get beer. Every once in a while, we get a scene where maybe Andrew Walker or Tyler Hines is having a beer during, like, say, Three Wise Men and a Baby, or Shifting Gears, or something like that. There's always some sort of like a beer intersected in there in some of a specific couple films. But with this film, this really hit it home that there's difference between beers. I enjoyed that because if you're not a drinker, this literally will not interest you unless the script doesn't do a good job. The main issue here is that, yes, while it's cute, my main issue is the misunderstanding is so poorly written and they could have done something else. I enjoyed this for what it was. It's definitely better written, but it's not as entertaining as Operation Nutcracker, if that makes any sense. This is getting a higher score because of a better written script, but the issue is this could have gotten higher. This could have gotten a 4 to a 4.5 if you would have came up with a better interaction between our characters here to have this misunderstanding just mean a little bit more. I enjoyed this film a lot, but I'm going to end up giving A Very Vermont Christmas 3.5 out of 5, just because, well, the chemistry is there. The actors are very, very good. There's moments here and there that I have really good scenes that are different for Hallmark, specifically in the beer-centered stories, in the beer-centered scenes, specifically one where they come up with a special ingredient that pretty much everybody uses, but I'm going to end up giving this a very good 3.5 out of 5. I'm looking forward to our next one on August 3rd called Junebug with Autumn Reeser. Looking forward to that one, so I'll see you guys for that one. But I do have another Hallmark podcast coming up, so stay tuned for that. So stay tuned because I got a lot more reviews coming to you, but let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below.